we'll start with some diaphragm breathing. So when we do diaphragm breathing, we're breathing through our belly muscle. And so instead of, a lot of times when we breathe, we're letting our accessory muscles and our shoulders do most of the work. But our diaphragm is the big powerhouse when we're breathing, and it helps us get more air in our lungs. So I want you to put your hands on your stomach. And as you inhale, I want you to think about pushing your belly out into your hands. And then as you exhale, your hands will come down. So your stomach muscle is what's moving your hands. Breathe in, push into your hands. And then as you exhale, your hands should lower as your stomach comes down. We'll go through that nice and slow. Let's do 5 more breaths like that. Breathe in, push into your hands. And then exhale, your hands will lower. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in, your stomach should raise. And breathe out. A couple more. Breathe in, push into your hands. And breathe out. Last one, in through your stomach. And breathe out. So if that's a newer move to you, it's kind of tricky to get that coordination. It's not often a way that we think about breathing, but you're going to get more oxygen doing it that way. And it kind of activates part of our nervous system that regulates our heart rate, regulates our anxiety. So it's a really good way to help kind of reset a lot of our nervous system. So as we do some overhead reaches, I want you to think about still activating this muscle to help you breathe. So as you breathe in, your belly's going to raise, and then as you breathe out, it'll come back down. So let's coordinate that as we reach overhead. So reach up and breathe in through your belly. And then as you exhale, let your belly come down. Breathe in, push out through your stomach. And breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Do 2 more like that. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And out. Good. So let's do a cross body punch. So I'm gonna punch and twist my body to the side. And as we punch, I want us to name the months of the year. So we'll start at January, work our way to December. We'll stick to the same side. So with my right hand, I'm gonna punch. This will be January, and then I'll reset in the middle. February. So name these with me at home. March. April. May. June. July. August. September. October. November. December. So now let's switch sides and let's count back. Let's name the months of the year backwards. So we'll start at December now using your opposite hand. December. November. October. September. August. July. June. May, April, March, February, and January. All right, so now I'll bring my camera down so you can see a little bit better. I'm gonna have you stick one leg out to the side And we're gonna do some forward leaning to open up this muscle. So lean down, forward onto your leg with this one leg straight, and then we'll power up from here, resetting our posture. So keep this leg out to the side. So we're kind of opening this hip. You should feel a stretch on the inside of your leg as you lean forward. So we'll lean forward onto this leg and power up. Do 4 more with this side. Lean forward, power up, lean down, stretch, open the inside of your leg. 2 more. Down, 3, and last one. All right, switch legs. So at the edge of your chair, straighten one leg out to your side. So this leg should be straight. And as you lean forward, we want to feel a stretch on the inside of our hip there, on the inside of our leg. So lean forward, feel that stretch, and power up. Do 5 more. Lean down, 2, down, 3, down, 4, and 5. So now we're going to do some sit to stands. I think we're going to do this a little bit ago. So we'll stand up and power up, and then I want you to sit down really slowly. So 5 seconds to sit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So really controlling the sit, accentuating how slow it is. So let's do that 10 times together. We're going to lean forward and stand up, and then sit down real slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's our first one. 1. We'll do that 9 more times. Lean forward, stand up, and sit nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's number 2. Lean forward, stand up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. Looking good. And power up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Lean forward, stand up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Halfway done. And up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. And up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. And up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. Last 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. Nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. Nice. That's a great exercise to practice throughout the week, seeing if you can slow yourself down, especially if it's a low surface, so that it allows you to control it and not let yourself flop when you sit. That can be hard. Let me introduce our first few intervals. So you do not have to join me yet. I'm just going to explain them first. The first one we're going to do, I will use my weights for this, but you could choose with or without weights. We're going to do a squat and then a power step to each side. Squat, power step, power step. And when I'm doing the power step, really think about exaggerating how high you lift your foot as you step to the side, like you're stepping over an obstacle. The next one we're going to do is a little bit of coordination. So I'm going to do a side step. I'm going to step out 1, step together 2, step out 3, and then I'm going to take my leg, my inside leg, and do a crunch to my opposite elbow. And then I'm going to go the other way. 1, 2, 3, my inside leg to crunch. So I'll show that a couple times. 1, 2, 3, crunch. 1, 2, 3, crunch. 1, 2, 3, crunch. 1, 2, 3, crunch. So a little bit of coordination for that second exercise. And then our third exercise for the circuit, we'll just do 3, is a curtsy lunge. So you can hold your weights in front of you or at your side. And for the curtsy lunge, it's a backward stepping lunge, but I'm kind of stepping behind my knee, like I'm curtsying. So I'm stepping behind and lunging. And if you notice, I'm still keeping this part of my leg straight. I'm not letting it fall out to the side. The front of my shin is still staying vertical. I'll show that again. So this part of my leg is staying straight, but I'm stepping behind me to do that curtsy lunge. And then if I were to go to the other side, I'd step behind and lunge. So it's not just backward stepping, but a little bit to the side. Use some support if you need to for any of those. All righty. So we are going to do 2 rounds of that. 60 seconds on, 30 seconds off. We'll do 2 rounds and then we'll take a water break. So go ahead and grab your weights if you want to use your weights. Get a timer set up here. Looks like people are mostly ready. All right, I'm going to have us begin. We're doing a squat, power step, squat, power step, power step. You guys got it. Good work. Really lift that foot high when you step out to the side. Halfway done. Last 15 seconds, last quarter. Still got football in my brain. And rest. Good work. So we have 30 seconds to rest. And then we're going to do that side stepping coordinated move with that crunch. So you don't have to start yet. You have 15 seconds, but I'll show you. It's a 1, 2, 3 crunch. 1, 2, 3 crunch. About 5 seconds to get ready. If you're seated, you can do the crunch in sitting. Okay, let's begin. 1, 2, 3 crunch. 1, 2, 3. As you get the hang of it, you can start to pick up your speed. Good job. You look good. I like the big steps that I'm seeing. Keep that up. Halfway done. Ten seconds to go. And rest. 30 seconds to rest. Next, we're doing that curtsy lunge. This is where I'm stepping behind me at that angle. Maybe I'll move my camera down so you can see that part a little bit more clearly. You still have 10 seconds to get ready. This is our last of the new exercises of the intervals, and then we'll repeat at the beginning. All right, let's begin. So curtsy lunge, you can hold your hand weights in front of you or at your sides. So step. I could just stick to one side and hold on to something. If you want a little bit of support, this is a great option too. Do whatever you are comfortable with. and feel safe with. Halfway done. Nice work, everybody. Five seconds left. And rest. 30 seconds to catch your breath or grab some quick water. And then we're repeating all of those one more time. We will take a longer rest break after these next three. So we're going back to the squat with the alternating power step to the side. 5 seconds to go. And begin. Squat, power step, power step. Squat, power step, power step. Remember to lift your foot high, exaggerate how high your knee lifts, stepping out to the side. Halfway done. And rest. 30 seconds to rest. Then we are going back to our 1, 2, 3 crunch, side stepping. 2 more exercises and then we'll take a break. 10 seconds to go. All right, here we go. So it's 1, 2, 3, crunch, 1, 2, 3. Going side to side. Taking big steps. Nice work, everybody. Once you get the pattern down, pick up your speed. Halfway done. Fifteen seconds to go. All right, 30 seconds to rest. Then we have our last exercise. We're doing that curtsy squat again. Ten seconds to get ready. And begin. So I'm stepping behind and lunging, alternating to which side I'm going to. If you stuck to one side last time, make sure you're switching legs this time around. Good work. Everyone's posture looks really good while you're doing this. Make sure to keep your chest up. Halfway done. Last 30 seconds at work, then we'll grab some water. and rest. Good work, everybody. Grab some water, take a break. Get another set of intervals coming up next. So I'm going to start to explain these. You don't have to jump in with me yet, still take your break. So I'll start to demo them. The first move is going to have a little bit of coordination too. It's a backward step, and you can do a mini lunge or just step backwards, but I'm going to step back on my left leg, and then I'm going to come up into a punch, march on that side, and punch my opposite arm. So I'm stepping back, march and punch. Step back, march and punch. So that's the first one. Probably halfway through, I'll have a switch to the other leg. And then the second exercise, I'm going to raise this butt up. We're going to do a modified plank. So you can do this like on the edge of your couch, or a little bit lower would be like the edge of your chair. But I'm going to get into a modified plank position, and I'm going to do a leg raise out to the side. So I'm keeping my back flat, and I'm lifting my leg. So it's kind of hard to see what my leg was doing, but while I'm in that plank, I'm doing a leg kick, alternating out to the side. Okay, so I'm in this position, I'm in a modified plank. Notice how my back is flat. I don't want your hips to be arched up, but try to get yourself all the way flat. And then I'm alternating, kicking my leg out to the side. Okay. And then my third exercise that I'll do, another little bit of coordination. We're going to do a karaoke side step with a squat at the end. So for karaoke, I'm stepping in front with one leg. I'll move my camera down so you can see the footwork, the fancy footwork. Stepping in front, and then stepping behind, in front, and then out to the side, and I'm going to squat, and then I'll come back in front, behind, and I don't have very much room, so I just may be able to only do a couple. If you have more room, feel free to do a couple more steps before you do that squat. So I'll show that again. I'm doing my karaoke, side stepping in front and then behind, and then at the end, a squat before I side step back the other way. So lots of coordination today, sequencing a couple different moves together so that our brain has to anticipate, okay, I'm doing this, but what's coming next? So join me in standing. Most of you are there already. We're going to start with that backward step to a march and punch. I'll tell you when we're halfway through so that we can switch sides. You could hold on the whole time through this too if you want a little bit of support. I could keep my hand here, and as I step back and march, I have my hand here to hold on to. This is pretty low, but if you have something next to you, feel free to do this with a little bit of support for balance. All right, so I'm just going to use, or I guess you're going to weights in both hands, and then we'll switch halfway through. Ready? Let's begin. So I'm stepping back, and then that leg is going to march, and I'll punch. Back, punch, back, punch. Step back, march and punch. Step back, punch. Nice. Looks good, everybody. Step back, march and punch. All right, let's switch sides. So now other leg is going to step back, and then as you march, punch with the opposite arm. Step back, punch. Step back, punch. Step back. And if it starts to feel natural, let that other arm swing forward when you step back. I'm less worried about that part if that feels confusing. Good job, everybody. 8 seconds to go. All right, 30 seconds to rest, we are doing that modified plank with the leg raise. Remember, I'm in my plank and I'm doing a leg kick alternating out to the side. You could do a full plank on the ground to make it more challenging, or you can get into a modified plank position on the side of your chair or on the back of your couch. Just make sure that your hips are staying low while you do this. And begin. We'll alternate kicking one leg out and then the other while your back is staying flat. Good job, everybody. Halfway done, keep it up. Good. 30 seconds to rest. I'm going to demo the karaoke step again. You don't have to start yet, but I just want to show you again. I'm stepping in front and then behind. Maybe I'll actually keep the camera on my feet while we do this so that you have a little bit of reference if you need it. So we're doing karaoke from side to side. At the end, before I start to sidestep, I'm doing a squat. All right, let's begin. So in front, behind, in front, and then I'll squat here, in front, behind, in front. And that's about all the room I have, but if you have more space, feel free to keep stepping further before you do your squat. Good job, everybody. Halfway done. All right, 30 seconds to rest. We're going back to the top with our first exercise. It's that backward step with a march to punch. I'll tell you when we're halfway through again so we can switch sides. We're gonna go one more round through each of these and then we'll take a break. 10 seconds to get ready. And let's begin. So I'm stepping back and then I march and punch with my opposite arm. And I kind of raise my opposite arm as I step back, or my same arm is like this stepping back for a little bit of counterbalance. But as long as you're getting that march to punch, that's the main part of this. So step back, march and punch. Step back, march and punch. Good job. Let's switch sides. Opposite leg. Step back, march and punch. Nice job. 10 seconds to go. Step back, right into a march. Step back, into a march. Good job. 30 seconds to rest. Let's get set up for our plank with our leg raise. You have 15 seconds to get set up. 5 seconds to get ready. Make sure your hips are flat and begin. Alternating leg raise out to the side. Halfway done, everyone. Ten seconds to go. Good. 30 seconds to rest. One more exercise. This is our karaoke side step with a squat. About 10 seconds to get ready. And last exercise, here we go. So we're stepping in front, behind, in front, and adding a squat at the end. In front, behind, in front. Halfway done. Last 30 seconds of our interval work. All right, good job, everybody. Grab some water and take a break. We're going to do a little bit of some stepping balance once you've had a chance to take a break for a minute. We are going to do the app Clock Yourself, where if you can think about, you're standing in the center of a clock face, and towards your right and to the front will be 1 o'clock. I might be reversed for you. 2 will be a little bit to the right. 3 o'clock is directly to your right. 4 o'clock is back into your right. 5 is a little bit more behind you. 6 o'clock is straight back. 7 o'clock is back into your left. 8, 9 is directly to your left. 10 is left and forward. 11 is further forward. And then 12 will be directly in front of you. So I'm going to call out random numbers. I'm actually going to use an app that will call out random numbers for us. I'll set it next to my speaker to make sure everyone can hear it well. And it's going to randomly call out numbers in a pattern. And so I want you to do a power step. So don't only step to that position, but add a big step with an arm movement as you step to whatever number is randomly called out. We'll start with it at that level, and then we'll make it a little bit more challenging as we go. So it looks like most people are standing and ready already. You can also do this seated, where you're still stepping to those numbers while you're sitting in a chair. So it'll go through in the first round, it'll go through each one in order. And I'll do it with you for these first few times. And then after a little bit, I'm gonna stop doing it so that you don't have me as an example and you just have to listen for it. So we'll go through first, we'll go 1 through 12 in order, and then we'll start to do them more randomly. So I'll turn up my phone volume so you can hear it well.
12.
So 12, we'll step forward.
2,
2,
3,
3,
4,
4,
5,
and I'm not adding that power step. I'll start to do
6,
6,
7,
7,
8,
8,
9,
9,
10,
10,
11,
11.
10,
Now they're going to be random.
3, 6, 12, 5, 11, 1, 8, 2, 9, 7, 4, 9.
Nice. I'm realizing that I think I'm reversed to you, so I'll make sure that I'm going opposite of these. You guys did that really well. Let's do another round of that. I'm going to keep it at the same speed because I think that's pretty challenging.
What about changing legs at an appropriate, at the half and the top of the hour, if we can, instead of, I mean, are we supposed to do that?
Say that, ask your question again.
Are we supposed to change legs at when we're in the other zone so that we can't reach behind ourselves and around with the same leg? In other words, if you start with your left and you're just working on the left side and then numbers are called for the right side, you should use your right leg, correct?
Correct.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Okay.
So each time I'm stepping back to the middle. So if I'll say like 7 through 11 should all be with my left side, and 1 through 5 should all be with my right leg so that you're not stepping behind yourself. Good question. I'll just make sure that I go reverse because I think with the camera, it is making it so that if you're trying to follow me, I'm showing it backwards. And I might show my feet too a little bit better so that you can follow along. So we'll do 1 more minute with me as an example, and then I'm going to stop demoing so that you just have to listen for the number that's being called.
Katie, just turn around and then you're doing it the same as us.
I guess that's true. That makes it easy. All right, everybody, round 2.
9, 4, 6, 5, 7, 8, 12, 3, 11, 2, 10, 1, 3, 5, 7, 4, 8, 6, 10, 12, 2, 1, 11, 9, 7.
Nice. I can't tell that it's nice, but I'm guessing that you all did it well. So we'll do 1 more round of that. I'm going to make it a little bit faster, and I am not going to be demoing with you so that you don't have me as an example to follow. You just have to listen for the cue. So same thing, 1 more minute.
11, 3, 4, 10,
Looking good.
8, 5, 9, 2, 1, 6, 12, 3, 5, 8, 10, 4, 1, 12, 11, 6, 2, 5, 12, 9, 10, 3, 2.
Great. Kids are picking that up well. Let's make it harder. So, we are gonna stick to the same principle, but we're gonna add some coordination to it. So there will be a couple different moves. Let me just check. Okay, so it's gonna call out several different moves to do throughout this. So the principle is the same. Numbers will be called, and you want to step to that number. And then you'll coordinate movements with it, and it'll either be a bicep curl, a chest press, or a punch. So a chest press will be both arms forward, and a punch will just be a single arm. And it will change between those by calling out center touchdown. So when you hear the word center touchdown, I'm going to use my weights for this. You can choose to do so or not. Center touchdown will be a squat in the middle, and then you'll know that they're changing what move you're going to do. So if they say center touchdown biceps, we'll do a squat for center touchdown, and then I'll do a bicep curl for each number. So I'll go through a couple examples of me just calling it. So say they start out center touchdown biceps. So we'll squat, and we know that with each number, we're going to do a bicep curl. So now when they call out, I'm going to try to go reverse. So when they call out 3, I'm going to do a bicep curl as I step to 3. And I'm going to keep doing bicep curls with each number until it's switched. So if they say 11, I'm going to keep doing that curl. 6. And then the caller might say center touchdown punch. So we'll do a center touchdown, and a punch is just one arm. So now when I'm doing a number, if it's 9, I'm going to punch forward with that side. If it's 10, I'm going to punch forward. And then the other one is chest press. So then they'll call center touchdown chest press. We'll do a squat. And this time with each number exactly, I'll do both arms pushing forward. So I'll do it along with you. We'll go a little bit slower for our first time through it. But same number sequence, they'll call them out at random. We're just adding that extra arm movement. Ready?
Center touchdown biceps.
So we're gonna do a bicep check.
3, 9, 1, 10, 12, 7, 5, 6, 11, 12, 9,
Start backwards.
7. Center touchdown punches.
So now we're gonna punch.
11, 1, 10, 2, 5, 12, 6, 9, 12, 8, 1. Center touchdown chest press.
Good job, everybody. Now let's do it a little bit faster. And I am not gonna be your demo this time. So I want you just to have to listen for what's being called. But
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I'm having
Yeah.
a really hard time hearing the numbers she's calling.
Yeah, I'm not here.
Yes, I agree.
I will turn my phone volume off and I'll call him instead. Thanks for letting me know.
It's her Australian accent.
It
Isn't
is
there an
Australian.
American version?
I'll have to play around with it later and see if I can change the voiceover.
Yeah, she has some odd pronunciations.
So I'll call him out to you guys to change it instead. So ready? So you won't have me as a demo, but same thing. So we'll start with center touchdown punches. 3, 5, 1, 11, 7, 12, 8, 2, 10, 4, 6, 9, 1, 4. Center touchdown biceps. 9, 7, 12, 5, 2, 3, 8, 10, 6, 11, 4, 11, 9, 8. Center touchdown chest press. 3, 6, 10, 1, 7, 5, 12. Nice. You guys look great with that. Let's switch gears, and with our last little bit of time, grab your floor mats and we will come down to the ground to do our power moves laying on our back. So that app is called Clock Yourself. There's several other versions of it where there's harder brain games and coordinations with it, but it's a great way to do some of that dual tasking where you're thinking about one thing and while your body's doing something else and having to anticipate what move is coming up. So come on down onto your floor mat. We'll do our supine moves laying on our back. If you're going to stay in your chair, I'll give a demo of these as well. Everyone, another minute. If you're seated, your first move is the power up, where you're leaning down and then stretching your arms out wide. This will be the power up that we're starting with. And on our backs, that power move looks like laying flat, and I'm going to push down through my feet, push down through my hands, and even through the top of my head to try to lift my back off the ground. And it's not going to lift very high, but what we're trying to do is activate our muscles on the backside of our body, which are our posture muscles that hold us up against gravity. So as we count these, I want to count them in an A1, B2 format. So we'll be alternating between a letter and a number. So we'll do 10 of these and we'll stop at E5. 5 will be the last one we'll stop at. Looks like most people are ready. So let's get started. This will be A, 1, B, 2, C, 3, D, 4, and E, 5. Good. So our next move is the power rock. So I'm going to push down through my right arm and right leg to start to initiate a roll. So it's like I'm reaching for something on the nightstand reaching to my left, and then I'll push down through my left arm and left leg to reach behind me. So I'm starting to lift this hip as I roll. If you're staying in your chair, let's review the power rock here. So this is where you're reaching up and across, and you're gonna straighten out that opposite leg, and then resetting and reaching up and across to the other side. Yep, if you're seated, this is your power move. So let's do that same counting format. I want to do 10 on each side. So we'll stop at number 10, but we'll still keep doing the A1, B2 format of counting. Ready? So reach A, reset, 1, B, 2, C, 3, D, 4, E, 5, F, 6, G, 7, H, 8, I, 9, and J, 10. Our next power move is our power twist. So for the power twist, my arms are going to be wide. And then to do the move, I'm going to roll over to twist and clap, reset in the middle, and then roll to twist and clap on my other side. If you're seated, the move is identical. You start with your arms wide and you pivot to turn and clap. Let's count up by twos for this one. We'll do 10 in total. 2, open, 4, open, 6, open, 8, open, 10, open, 12, open, 14, open, 16, open, 18, open, and 20. And then our last power move is our power step. We're going to do this with a scoot today. So to do the power step, I want to bring both feet out to one side, and then I'm going to scoop my hips to the side. And then I'll step both feet back into the middle and scoop my hips into the middle. So this is really helpful for improving your ability to move and scoot in bed. If you're seated in the chair, you'll just stick to the power move where you're stepping out and in, out and in, lifting that knee high. So let's do 10 scoots in total. So we'll step both feet out to the side and scoot out, that's 1. And now step both feet back in and scoot in. So now let's go to the other side, step out to the other direction and scoot out, that's 2. Step in, scoot in. Out to the other side, scoot out, that's 3. Step in and scoot in. Step out, scoot out, that's 4. Step in, scoot in, step out, 5. Step in, scoot in, step out, 6. Step in, scoot out, 7. Step in, scoot in, step out, 8. Step in and scoot. 1 more on each side. Step out, scoot, step in, scoot. Last one, step out, number 10. And back in, and scoot in. Nice job, everybody. Let's make our way back up to our chairs. We will do a little bit of cool down and wrap things up today. Take your time getting up. I'll give everyone 1 minute to make their way back to their chairs. This went fast today. I feel like that hour flew. Once you get here, I know some people are still moving. Let's go back to that diaphragm breathing. So let's do 5 diaphragm breaths where my hands are on my stomach and I'm gonna inhale and my belly is gonna rise or push out into my hands. And then as I exhale, my stomach lowers. Do 4 more of those with me. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, push into your hands. Exhale, belly lowers. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Let's bring 1 arm across your chest. Pull it close towards you. You can do a wrist circle here as we count for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's stretch out our shoulder and our neck muscles. So bring your ear to your shoulder. Use that arm to pull and this hand tucks behind your back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Roll your head to the other side and switch arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Roll your head back to the middle and look up. Let's stretch out our legs, straighten 1 knee in front of you and bend forward at your hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bring your leg up across your hip. Then press down on your thigh and lean forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then lastly, let's twist for the back of our chair and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice work today, everybody. Good job getting up and exercising after the Super Bowl.